Last week, Claude dropped a ton of new features, but one of the features that snuck under the radar is Claude Routines. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know about Claude Routines so that you can automate your agents. You can trigger these routines using an API call, a scheduled trigger at the same interval every day, or even webhooks, meaning you don't even have to be there for it to be working in the background. And you can even connect it to tools like Slack, Gmail, your Google Calendar, and the list goes on. To set up your first routine, you can head over to Claude Code on the desktop and you can go to the Routines tab right here in the upper left-hand corner. And then here you'll see all of your routines that you currently have, and you can switch to the Calendar tab if you want to see when your scheduled routines are going to run. Now, if you want to create a new routine, then you can just click on New Routine, and there's two options here. You can either create a local routine, which will happen on the device that you're on at that moment. But if you don't have this device on all the time, it's not going to run. So what I would recommend is using remote routines most of the time. So I'm going to click on remote, and then what you'll notice is you can give your routine a name here. And then you can also describe what you want Claude to do during that session. You can think of this area as your prompt, and you can select the model that you want to use for this. And if it's a complex task, then you can turn on adaptive thinking and it will work a little bit better. So for this first routine, I'm going to have it look at my Google Calendar for me, and then I'm going to have it send me a Slack message every day with the prep for my upcoming meetings. And I'll just name this routine Meeting Prep, and then I'm going to give it this prompt here. So basically just says, you are Carter's meeting prep buddy. You pull his Google Calendar for the next 24 hours and send him a short, friendly Slack heads up for each upcoming event. And then I give it some context about who some people are in my life so that it knows. And then we give it a process. I tell it to pull my Google Calendar, focusing on a 24-hour window, and then separate the events into different buckets. So the all-day events, and then also the timed meetings. If both buckets are empty, send nothing. Do not post a no meetings message. Do not run research. Just exit silently. Order the meetings. And then for each timed meeting, decide whether to research. So it skips research for my family events, AI Foundation solo meetings, but otherwise research the company and the external attendees. And then post a Slack via the connector, friendly, conversational, terse, one message per event, no preamble. And then for this routine, I don't need to select a GitHub repository, but normally you can select a GitHub repository if you want it to actually do something on GitHub. And then I'll just scroll down here and I'm just going to remove the connectors other than Google Calendar and Slack. And if you haven't connected these already, I'll show you how to in a moment. But for now, I'm just going to click on the schedule trigger, and I can set this up to run daily at 6 a.m. And then I'll just hit add trigger and we'll hit create. And it's really that simple. Now, if you haven't set up your connectors yet, what you can do is just go over to the more drop down here, or you should see customize in the sidebar if it's not in here. But just click customize and then hit connect your apps. And here you can connect different apps. So for Slack, I could just type in Slack and click on it or connect it. Same goes for Google Calendar. And if it's already connected, you can edit the settings, the tools it has available, and the prompts. But if I wanted to test this out, I could just go back to routines. I could click into it and then I could click run now in the upper right-hand corner. And then this is going to begin running, but if I don't see it, I can just go over to routines right here and I'll see that it's processing the meeting prep routine. So let's click into it and see what it's doing. So right now it's just using the tools, and now it pulled the calendar. It found 3 events within the 24-hour window. I have dinner tonight with my wife, and then I have back-to-back calls with a consulting client early tomorrow morning. It just got the context of my consulting client here. And then in Slack, it sent me 3 messages. So it says, hey, heads up, dinner in GR with your wife at 5 p.m. today. And this is an in-person in Grand Rapids. And then the next 2 are consulting calls that I have scheduled tomorrow. And it actually did a bit of research on the different companies that I have calls with. And remember, this would normally be happening in the background, so you wouldn't even have to worry about it. It would just be sending you the Slack every day, looking at your calendar and making sure to remind you. And the nice thing is this is beyond just a reminder. It also gives you the context of what's happening. It does research for you on clients in the background so that you can get a little bit of information about them going into the meeting. And you could connect this up with a CRM as well if you want it to be even more powerful. Next, I'm going to show you how to set up the API trigger with your Claude routine. So what API trigger allows you to do is it allows other applications that you have to connect to Claude and trigger this routine. So in this example, I'm going to be using a basic lead form. This is something that every service business has, and speed to lead is super important. So what Claude is going to do once it receives that form inquiry is it's immediately going to research the company. It's going to draft a quote, log them to our CRM, and then it's going to draft a Gmail message that I can send to that lead. This is normally a 1 hour or more process that you'd have to go through, but Claude is going to handle it instantly as soon as someone fills out this form. And then you can review that lead. You can review the email that it wrote for you, and then you can send that off so that you can get a response back to the lead. So what you're going to need for this is a basic N8N workflow. So you can just add a trigger, and we're just going to select the N8N form trigger. And this could really be any form. This could be a web form on something like WordPress. This could be a type form, or it could be a custom coded website that you built with Claude Code. It doesn't really matter. I'm just showing you for the sake of simplicity how to set this up with N8N. So we have our form trigger. I'll just click out of this, and now we'll add another node for an HTTP request. Now I'll click out of this, and I'll just go into the form, and I'm just going to call it apply to work with us. And I'll add a form element. For this one, I'm going to say name. Then we'll add another form element. And for this one, we're going to put in email, and I'll just type email for the label. We'll add another one for website, and then we'll add one for our services. So this one's going to be a multi-select. So we'll just select checkboxes here. And then for checkboxes, I'm just going to enter the services. So let's imagine this is a law firm. So I've just added some basic services here: retainer services, litigation, basic drafting, family lawyer. And we'll make sure it's on respond when form is submitted. And then we'll click out of this form here, and I'll go into the HTTP request. And this is where we're going to need to enter the configuration for our Claude routine. And I'll show you how to do that. So we'll head back over to Claude Code. We'll click on routines, and then we'll click new routine, remote. And then I'm just going to call this lead Enrich. And I'm going to paste in these instructions here. So all that I say is you receive inbound leads from my law firm. Your role is to research the lead online and log them to my Notion CRM here. And I give it a link to my Notion CRM. By the way, this is just a super simple database inside of Notion. It just has name, email, date submitted, services, initial email link, and score. And then I say score lead quality between 1 and 5, 5 being the highest. Fill out all fields in the CRM, including a page with a write-up on what services they are interested in and how they might apply to their business. Then draft an email in my Gmail to send to them using the Gmail connector. And I say include a link to the drafted email in the Notion CRM. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to make sure that we just have Gmail and Notion connectors attached. And you can just connect these using the method that I showed you earlier, where you go to more, customize, and then you connect Gmail and Notion. And then I'm just going to click on API here, and you can add multiple triggers, but for now we're just going to click create, and I'll hit done. And then I'll just click back into this with the edit button. I'll scroll down here to where it says call via API, and I'll click on that. And then what you'll see here is they have a curl example. So I can just click show curl example, and then I can hit copy. Now we'll head back over to our N8N workflow where we have the HTTP request, and I'll just hit import curl, and then I'll paste in that curl and hit import. And that's going to fill out this HTTP request with everything that it needs. Now down here, it has the text parameter here in the body, and we actually need to send over some data from the form here. So I'll just remove this, and then we're going to test out the form really quick. Now I'll click back into my form here, and I noticed that I didn't add a name for this label here on checkboxes. So I'm going to add a name for it. I'll just call it services. And then I'm going to back out of here, and I'll delete this connection just for now. And I'm just going to hit execute workflow. What that's going to do is it's going to open up this form. I can just enter some test information for right now. Then I can select my services and hit submit. And what that looks like here is it just pulls in this one item here. So now we can connect this to the HTTP request. I can click back into the HTTP request. And now I can add the form details in the body here where we have the text. So I'm just going to write it out. So I'll write name. I'll drag in their name. Then I'll just put a comma, and we'll put in their email. Okay, email, then website. Then finally, I'll go ahead and pull in the services, and we'll write services in front of that. And then I'll just do date, and I'll drag in the submitted at time. So now this is pretty much set up, but we do need to go grab our API key to connect to this. For now, I'll just go back to Claude Code, and I'll regenerate this API key, and then I'll go ahead and copy it, and I'll close out of this. And over in N8N, where it has the token, I'm just going to paste in my token here. And then I'll just hit publish, and I'll just call this lead form. And then what you can do is you can grab that lead form right here. You can change it to a production URL, and then just copy this lead form. And since this is published, this lead form will now be active and it's connected to Claude. So if I go to that link, it's going to pull me to my lead form. And if I filled this out just with some test information, it's going to pass that along to Claude. Claude is going to do all of the research, and it's going to complete those tasks that I told it to. So I'm just going to put in some dummy information here, and I'll select all the services and hit submit. And that's all I have to do. And now the Claude routine has been triggered. So what that will look like over in Claude is you're going to see your routine running over here. And now it's processing the lead. It's doing a bit of web search. And again, normally this would be happening completely in the background. I'm only showing you what it looks like because I want to show you the process that it goes through, but normally this could be completely automated after you test it out. And then as you can see over here, it added the lead here. And if I open up the lead, it even added a page of info on this lead. And most importantly, it drafted this initial email that we can send to the lead. So if I click into it, it opens up that draft. And if I wanted to, I could give it my name so that it actually put it in here. I could give it my law firm name. I could adjust the overall structure of this, but overall it's done a pretty good job. It's pulled in his email here. It's pulled in a subject line and it references all of the services that he talked about. And through, it looks like a legit email outside of these brackets here, which we could just enrich the prompt with. So we could just tell Claude these things, and we could also tell it not to use em dashes and things like that. And this is going to run for me completely in the background. Please let me know in the comments what you're going to be using this for. And if you want extra help with this stuff, if you want to be surrounded by other people who are working on projects like this, unlimited tech support, one call with us per week, then you can join AI Foundations using the link below. And if you want to work with me and my team directly and have us implement these things for you or run workshops for your team on how to use Claude or other AI tools so that they save more time and they're not running these manual processes over and over and wasting you time and money, then you can apply to work with us below. And outside of that, if you want to learn more about Claude, you can check out this playlist here. I've uploaded all of my Claude videos to this playlist and it's 100% free here on YouTube. You can check it out. It should help you. And if you don't want to miss my next video, go ahead and subscribe. Also, make sure to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss the video. With that, we'll see you guys in the next one.